After that, we'll start Selenium. Okay, and let me go through that. First, today we'll see about what is abstract class. Okay, abstract methods and abstract class. Okay, these are very simple ones. It may not take more than half an hour. Okay, and then we'll go to something called interface. Okay, after that we'll see about constants. Okay, constants in Java, how to declare constants, and after that we have a keyword called super. Okay, and then we'll go to Selenium. Okay, in Selenium what we will see is today we'll try to launch, okay, IE browser and then Firefox and then Chrome browsers. Okay, and then we'll try to find out some of the elements in those using those browsers, and then we'll try to do some click operations and all we'll see today. Okay, now let me start.
I remember we had done something called method overloading. Did we cover method overriding?
No. Today we are going to cover that method overriding that is different from method overloading. Okay. Now let me write some of the programs. Okay. Generally, whatever we have written till today, all the classes, right? All the classes are having body. So let me write a class name. Class name is abstract demo. This can be anything, class name, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write an abstract class. Okay. So how to write an abstract class? First of all, before going to abstract class, we should understand what is abstract method. See, I have a class. Okay, inside class, I have a method display. Okay, so here, whenever you write method, after that if you open and close the curly braces, that means line number 6 and 8. That means this method is having some body. Okay, so methods which are having body, we call it as concrete methods. What is this? This is a concrete method. Okay, so methods having body are called concrete methods. Okay, concrete methods. Now consider here whether it has some statements or doesn't have statements. That doesn't matter for us. Whether it is having open curly brace and closing curly brace, that is matter for us. Okay, so it is having zero body. Okay, no statements inside that. Okay, till now whatever we have seen, all the methods are having some of the statements inside that. Okay, so the methods which are having body, that is zero or more statements, that doesn't matter for us. Those methods are called as concrete methods. Okay, like in addition to concrete methods, we can write some of the methods, we call it as abstract methods. Okay, then what is abstract method? A method without body, we call it as abstract method. Okay, let me write here void display. Okay, this is an abstract method, just like a declaration. There is no body. If it is having body, here it should have curly braces. Okay, start and close braces. Inside that we can have some body. Okay, so already we have display, that's why I'm writing display one. If you write like this comes under concrete method. If you don't want to provide body to a method, just you declare it. Okay, just you declare it. Don't write these curly braces. Okay, just after parenthesis you write a semicolon. That means no body for that method. These kind of methods we call it as abstract method. What is abstract method? A method which doesn't have any body is called abstract method. If you want to specify or declare a method as abstract method, you must use the keyword called abstract. There is a keyword called abstract. Okay, abstract. You must use it. I think before void we must write. Let me check it once. Okay, abstract void display. Okay, abstract void display. Okay, now if any class is, see here, this method doesn't have body, so we call this method as abstract method. Okay, if any class is having abstract methods, then that class must be abstract class. Then how to declare a class as abstract? We must write the keyword abstract before the class name. Okay, got it? So you must use abstract keyword, okay, before writing class name. Okay, so guys, any doubt in this? What is the use of it? We'll see later. Okay, first try to understand what is a concrete method, what is an abstract method. Okay, so methods which doesn't have body, we call it as abstract method. If any class is having abstract methods,
Hello? Hello, Dilip? Anyone there?
Yeah, Sanjana.
Can you hear?
I can hear your sound, but not of Venkat and all. I think others, only 5 are there in the call now. Others have got locked off, or I'm not sure.
No, I think Venkat has some connectivity issue. He'll come back.
Okay. Yeah, just I was making sure I was not the only one who got dropped off.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll wait.
Hi, Venkat have some connectivity issue. He'll join soon.
Okay.
2 minutes.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, are you guys able to see the screen? Sorry for the inconvenience.
No. Yeah. We can see.
Yeah, if any class is having abstract method, okay, that class must be declared as abstract. Okay, now this is how we'll write a class as abstract, and this is how we'll write or declare a method as abstract. Okay, if you write it as a abstract, then who will provide the body for this? Okay, now the guys who are going to extend this class, that means through inheritance, someone can extend this and they can provide the body for this. Okay, let me show this class. Something like abstract demo class body or something. Okay, because I'm going to provide body to those methods, that's why just I gave body. Okay, now here this class will extend that abstract demo. Abstract demo class. Let me copy paste it. Abstract demo class. I'm going to extend that extends. Okay. So whenever you extend, okay, what is the property of this extend? It will get all the methods, okay, of superclass. That means from abstract demo class, right? So it is getting the methods of this abstract demo. So abstract through inheritance, these two methods will get into this class. Okay, right? Though we are unable to see here, it will be there internally, right? That is why this method abstract y display 1 is came to this class. Okay, that means this class also contains an abstract method, right? That is the reason it is showing here unimplemented methods. Display 1 is available. Okay, that means you have an abstract method in your class. Either you provide the body to it or else you declare this class also as abstract. Okay, so if what I am going to do here is I am going to provide body to that method. Okay, void display one. Okay, just I provided a body, empty body, no problem. Okay, got it? Understood, guys? So if you have any abstract methods in your class, you must declare that class also as abstract. How to declare a method as abstract? Just provide a declaration. Don't write any body. Okay, then use the keyword abstract. Okay, then it becomes like an abstract method. If any class is having abstract method, that must be abstract class. Okay, if any class is having any abstract method, then who will provide body for that? The guys who are going to extend that class, they must provide an body for abstract method. If you don't provide body to it, then it will show an error like you have an abstract method. Either provide the body or declare your class as abstract again. Okay, got it? Then someone else has to later, somebody has to extend this class and they have to provide the body to abstract methods. Okay, got it? Any doubt in this? Now, so class is having all methods. Okay, so if you take a class, what it will be having? It is having all concrete methods. Okay, all concrete methods. So in case of abstract class, okay, you will be having some are concrete and some are abstract. Okay, we have another one, complete abstract methods one, that we call it as interface. We have something called interface. Okay, what is interface? Interface is like a class only, but the way we declare interface is different from class. Okay, the way how we write interface is different from class, but there is something called, there is a keyword called interface. Okay, using that we will write instead of class what we use here. See guys, if you use here, right click on new, like class, we have something called interface. Okay, so my interface name should be XYZ. You can give any name. Okay, so this is the interface. Okay, if earlier cases what we have seen is classes. There is a keyword called class to define, to write the classes. Similarly, we have keyword interface to write our interfaces. Okay, in interface, all the methods are by default. Okay, by default, all are abstract methods. Okay, so no need to use the keyword abstract. Whatever you will write like this, by default, this is an abstract because interface doesn't have any concrete methods. By default, all the methods of interface are abstract methods. Okay, void display one. Okay, like that. You can write n number of things. And the variables which you declare inside this all are like constants. Okay, the blank final x may not have initialized. Okay. See here, whatever the variables you write inside, okay, inside interface by default those are constants. The methods which you declare inside interface by default all are abstract. Okay. Now what is constant? Okay. Before discussing constant in interface, let me explain constant values inside some simple program. Okay. Got it? We'll see that. Okay, in interface, all methods are abstract methods. Okay. So this is interface. Okay, interface Then where do we need this interface exactly? Okay, that we'll see in a minute. Okay, got it? Now interface is having only declarations. Then abstract, it is having a mix of both concrete and abstract methods. Class is having all concrete methods. Okay, then if it is a class, if a class is abstract, who will provide body for that? The class which extends this abstract class, they will provide body for that. Similarly, for interfaces, how to provide body for the methods which are declared inside interface. See here, this is an interface. Okay, if somebody wants to provide body for an interface, consider some other class. XYZ interface implementation. Okay, generally in XYZ, consider XYZ is one word. Just consider it, it's not one word. Okay, here each word meaning first letter should be capital. Okay, XYZ interface implementation class. Okay, this is XYZ interface implementation class. How to provide body to that? If it is a abstract class, we extend and then we will provide the body. If it is a interface, we have some other keyword called implements. Okay, using implements keywords, we should provide the body to all the methods of XYZ interface. Okay, then what are there? These two. Let me provide body to those two. Okay. Similarly, see here, change the visibility of these to public. Okay, it should be a public method. Okay, now see guys, like this, if you have an interface which is having all abstract methods, for that somebody has to provide the body. If someone wants to provide body for that, they must implement that interface. It is not like abstract class. Okay, now we'll see the usage of this. When do we need exactly interfaces? See, there is a database connection. See, from Java, if I want, see here, Java programming language. Let me draw the diagram. This is a Java program. Okay, inside Java program, what I can do, I can connect it to some of the databases like Oracle, some DB2, like that, some XYZ databases are there. Java program. Okay, from Java program, what we will do, we will connect it to some of the databases to get the data, right? So first what we have to do is, we must establish a connection to that particular database. Here consider this is Oracle database. Okay, this is something called DB2. This is something called XYZ. Like this, different databases are there. From my Java program, if I want to connect it to Oracle database, okay, I should use some of the methods to connect, right? Similarly, after performing some of the operation, I should close the connection. Okay, so similarly, if I want to connect it to DB2, okay, similarly, I should have a method called connect, okay, to connect. So, to connect from Java program to different databases, okay, we need some of the methods called. First, there is a method consider connect is required. After that, execute command. Okay, execute command. There is a method command. Okay, similarly after that, close the connection. Okay, now consider these are the three basic methods required, okay, to connect it to Oracle database, to execute some of the commands on it and get the result. Like that, so many methods are required. Just three I am explaining here, for example. After that, close the connection, whatever you have established. Okay, now what I will do from Java means I am a Java guy. That means Java people, the guys who developed Java, they don't know how to connect it to different databases. Today we have three databases, Oracle, DB2, XYZ. Somehow I have implemented methods of this connect to connect to all the databases. Okay, like connect SQL, connect command execute, okay, close. Like these three methods I implemented related to Oracle, related to DB2, related to XYZ. Tomorrow some other database may come. Again, I have to rewrite my existing code to connect to those, or else I have to provide a new connect method to connect it to new database. Instead of I am providing body for these, okay, what I will do is I will define a standard. I will write a standard. Okay, I will write a interface. Okay, how I am making standard. I am writing a interface. Okay, interface DB connections like this. Okay, just I will write an interface. Inside that I will declare these are the minimum methods required. Okay, then after that, who will provide body to this one? From tomorrow or today, Oracle wants to use Java program, wants to connect it to Java program. Okay, so what they will do is, if they want to support Java, they should implement a class. They should write a class. Okay, so class Oracle DB connection. Like this, they will write one class and they will implement, okay, what is this DB connections interface. Okay, what they will do, they will implement the DB connections interface. Here they will provide body for all these. How to connect it to their database, they will write here. Okay, how to connect it to their database, they will write here. What I did as a Java guy, okay, just I declared methods. I set the standards. These are the standard methods I am expecting from you guys. If your database wants to supported by my programming, you must write a class by implementing this interface. Okay, similarly, XYZ also write similar class. Okay, XYZ also will write similar class. So XYZ DB connection, they will write. They will also implement all the methods inside this connection. That body will be different from what Oracle guys have implemented. Here, connect method will be having some code to connect to their database. Okay, this may expect like username, password of DB and DB resource XYZ. Similarly, these guys also will write in their own way. Okay, got it? Like this, all the database guys, what they will do, they will try to implement the interface which is written by Java people. Okay, and that class, whatever they have implemented, that classes they will provide it as open source, so that the guys who want to communicate to database from their Java program, they must use this class. Okay, they must take these classes. Okay, not only one class, like this, so many classes will be there. All the classes they will provide it to in the form of jar. That jar, okay. So what Oracle guys will do to support Java, they might have implemented some of the classes. In that classes, okay, all the methods like interfaces and all they implemented. Inside that, how to connect, how to interact with their DBs, they have written clearly. Okay, all these classes, they will make one jar and they will provide it to you. That jar, whenever you are using your Java program, you have to keep it on your build path or class path. Then only all the methods will be available to you while writing your Java program. Then you can connect it to Oracle database or DB2 database or XYZ database. Got it, guys? What is the use of this interface? Why should we write interface without providing any body? Okay? Any doubt in this? Guys, is it clear or any doubt?
Maybe I still didn't understand exactly what is this, because even if they give us the interface, there will be no code in it, right? Code anyway we have to write. Then why do we have to use this?
Then why should? Okay, yeah, good one. The thing is, see here, if I don't write interface, Oracle guys will write their own class. Okay, they will inside that class, they will write their own methods. Okay, they will write their own methods. Like 1 second, this interface is not there. Okay, at the time Oracle guys are not implementing, consider this implement is not there. Simply they have only class DB connection. Here they will write methods Oracle connection or XYZ connection and Oracle command execution. Okay, like that they will write their own method names. Like that, from my Java coding, if programmer wants to connect 100 databases, okay, he should know 100 methods for each one. See, 100 connect methods. For which connect, for each database, separate connect method will be there. That is a confusing to my programmer, right? That is the reason what I will do is, I will try to provide a common method. Let the guys who will implement this interface, let them write the body inside that how to connect, but they must use the same method name. So instead of remembering these 300, consider 100 databases are there. Those guys gave different names. So 300 method names my programmer has to remember. Instead of that one, what he will do, what Java will do is they will declare an interface. All other guys, all other vendors, database vendors, they must follow the same standard. Okay?
Okay.
Is it clear?
So then the code, whatever code to write in your own class is also provided by Oracle, for example? How to connect, how to
I did
execute.
not understand. Could you please repeat once again?
So then when in your own methods, when you give the body for these methods, is that code given by Oracle? Or is
Okay, this one, actually, for this highlighted one, I highlighted in blue. Yeah, this one they will provide body to this, like this, they will write one class. Okay, not only this interface, so many interfaces will be there. Okay, for all those interfaces, they might have written so many classes like this. Inside that, they will write body to that, how to connect it to that. They will expect only username, comma, password, like that, 2 parameters. And that DB inside database, they will be having data store or something. Okay, that name also 1 or 2 parameters they will expect. Okay, that if you pass as argument, automatically based on by taking that internally here they only provided 1000 lines of code how to connect it to their database. Okay. So what we have to do is, like this, they provided body and they gave these classes to us in the form of jar. Like these 1000 interfaces are there, consider they implemented 1000 classes. Okay. In addition to that, some more supporting classes they may implement. All these they will make it as one jar and they will provide it to you. Okay. That body is given by them. We need not to worry about that. We don't write the body for that. Just what we will do is we will use connect method by passing this. Okay. Is it clear, guys? Any doubt? See here, like extends, when you write extends here, this abstract demo, we call it as superclass, right? The class which is getting properties, we call it as subclass. Similarly, in case of interface also, it is like super, it is like sub. Okay? Now, let me explain one more thing called constant. Okay? Generally, how to declare constant? If you have int x variable, x equal to 10. Okay? So that 10, if you want to modify here, okay, consider create an object for this. What I am trying to do is I am trying to access that variable. Okay, what is variable? It's a name given to memory location, right? And its value will change during the program execution. So using object A, I can access X. That X value I can set it to 20 also. Okay, so that is allowed because it's a variable. Okay. Like variable, we have something called constant. It is also a name given to memory location, but its value will not be changed. Once if you initialize it, it cannot be changed. Then how to declare those? Okay, final static. Okay, final static. Okay, then see here. This time if you try to change the value, it is telling remove the final. Because whenever you use final, right, or final static, just final also like constant only. Okay, you cannot change the value of it. It acts like a constant. That is the reason it is showing error like you cannot modify the value of it. If you remove this final, then it is allowing. Okay, got it, guys? Any doubt in this? So by default, all the variables which you declare inside interface, those are considered like constants only. Though you are not mentioning final keyword explicitly, it will be considered like constant. Okay. Similarly, how methods are by default abstract, these are variables are considered as constants in case of interface. Okay. Now let me go to another one, method overriding. Okay, so here interfaces, constants, these are over. Okay, abstract method, abstract class and interface. Okay, don't worry, what is this? Just if you understand what is interface, it is like a class only, but it doesn't have any body for the method. That is sufficient for us. Okay, then what is abstract class? Anyhow, we don't use it anywhere. Actual importance of usage of this one, I did not find it till now. Okay, I did not use it also. Only interfaces we used it in multiple places. Okay, after that constants, sometimes we'll use it. Just now we finished it. And then super. Okay, see here we have two classes. Class A, class B. Okay, let me go to previous example. This name I am trying to change it as, or else I have another example. See here, class A. Okay, class A had a has one method. Okay, display. Consider display. What it will do is it will just print the values of x and y. Okay, x value it is printing. Similarly, y value also it is printing. Okay, x value and y value it is trying to print. Similarly, this class A is extended by B. Okay, so in class B I have another variable z. What I am going to do is here also I have display method z. Okay, consider there is a main method also inside this. See guys, here class A, what is it having? It has two instance variables and one display method to display the values. Okay. Now class B, it is having another method display. Okay. Another method display. Okay. Now call methods, void call methods. I am going to call those methods here. Okay. See here just I want to call that display methods. Okay. Call display methods. This method I will call from here. B1. See here, X variable and Y variables also I got into this class, right? Similarly, display method also I got into class B from class A. Now, this will be having two methods. That means two display methods. Okay. Now, here if I call display method, which display it will call? Guys, did you understand my point? See here. Let me comment this one also. Always, as I said earlier, try to create object for subclass so that you will get the benefit of accessing both super as well as subclass properties. Okay, I created object for subclass and then using that I am trying to call methods. Okay, that call methods actually calls that display method. Okay, now see here, when you call that, what is it showing? Z value. Z I did not assign any value. Let me assign. That is why it is showing 0 value. That means through default initialization, it will get Z will get 0. Okay. This time I assigned 500. So display. This display it is executing. So I am calling call method. Call is calling display method. How many display methods are there actually inside class B? Guys, please tell me. How many display methods are there? 2, right? Though here we are seeing only one, another one is internally it's available. Through inheritance, we got another display from class A. Okay? Here, see here also display, wide display and 0 parameters. Okay? In class B also I have wide display with 0 parameters. When I call display here, so it is finding two display methods with 0 number of arguments. Here it is not method overloading. Method overloading means having, see, let me copy this one also to that like hidden one. So I am going to comment it. Okay, see here. Through inheritance, we got this display method also, line number 8 display method from class A. Okay. Another display line number 16 is available in class B. So now finally this class B has two display methods. Okay. In class B, call methods is trying to call display method. What it will do? It will try to call display. How many displays are there? 2 are there. Which one it wants to call? Okay, then there are two methods with the same name and the same signature. With the same name and the same signature. What is the name? Display, same name. And the signature. What is signature? Having, what is signature? Signature is number of arguments and the type of those arguments is called as signature. Okay, here 0 arguments. Okay, here also 0 argument. So the signature of these two methods also same. Okay, in earlier case when we discuss about method overloading, two methods will be having same name but different in the signature. So difference is there in signature. That means difference is there in the type of arguments and number of arguments, so that easily it can match the appropriate method. Okay, here in this case, so through superclass we got another method which is having same signature and same method name as my subclass. In that scenario, always priority will be given to, always priority whenever I call display, always priority will be given to subclass display. Okay, got it? This is subclass display, this is superclass display, right? So always priority will be given to subclass display. Then see here, that is the reason it is trying to, when I call methods, okay, call methods internally trying to call display. That means two displays are there, always priority will be given to subclass display. Okay, that is the reason it is trying to print value of Z, that is 500. Okay, but my requirement is in call methods I want to access or I want to call superclass display method. Then how to call it? Okay, guys, did you guys understand? Here, always priority will be given to subclass objects. Sorry, subclass methods when both super and subclass having same methods. Okay, but my requirement is I want to access or I want to call super. In that scenario, how to access it? In that scenario, we have a keyword called super. Okay, using super. Okay, using super dot display. If you call, then it will execute superclass method. This time, instead of calling subclass method, what it will do? It will call superclass display method. That means it will try to execute this method. That is the reason I am getting X and Y values. Guys, any doubt in this? Not only methods, similarly variables also. See here, same int X equal to 1000 is there in subclass or 10,000 is there in subclass. If I want to print here sysout, okay, print X. So two X variables are there. By default, it will be given priority to subclass X. But my intention is I want to access superclass X, super dot X. That means instead of 1000 or 10,000, it should show 100. Got it? Guys, any doubt in this? This concept of having same method name and same signature, okay, having methods with the same name and the same signature in both sub and superclass is called as method overriding. Okay, what is method overriding? Oh, we are trying to override the same method which is there in superclass. Okay, we are trying to override in subclass. Okay, in that scenario, signature also same and method name also same. Sorry, not that, this one. Okay, 9 and 10. Okay, 9 and 17. Okay, this concept is called method overriding. Okay, like how local variables and instance variables have same names. If you want to access instance variable, always priority will be given to local variable. In that scenario, if you want to access instance variable, we will use the keyword this, right? This. Similarly, in case of superclass and subclass, if you have members with the same name in both super and sub, always priority will be given to subclass members. But your intention is to access superclass members, you must use the keyword called super. Okay, super dot, then member name. Then it will execute or it will access superclass members. Guys, any doubt in this? If no doubt, then we'll move to Selenium. Okay. So abstract methods over. What is abstract method? Methods which doesn't have body. If any class is having abstract method, then that class is called as abstract class. We must use the keyword abstract. Okay. And interface. Interface is having all abstract methods. What is the benefit of it? We have seen it here. Okay, just it's like a standard. They will set these are the methods everyone must use. The third party vendors who will provide body to those, they must implement body for all those methods as per their requirement. Okay, soon we will see another interface. Okay, in Selenium also. Okay, after that constants. Okay, constants are like variables only. This is also name given to memory location, but its value will not be changed once if you initialize. Okay, super. Just now we discussed it. To access superclass members, we must use super keyword. Guys, any doubt in this? So, shall I proceed to Selenium? Yeah, tell me.
You said right, there is super and there is two methods are there, right? With the same
Yeah.
name. So
Yeah.
is there do we need to access both the methods then?
No, if you want, depends upon your requirement. Whether you want to use one or two, that is up to you. You can access both also. But depends upon scenario. If you want to call super class methods, you must use that keyword. Okay?
Okay, but I want to display that Z, right? Then how will I display it?
If you want to display?
The 17 one. 17.
Okay, just use normal display. Simply display means, see here, just display means always priority will be given to subclass display method. That means line number 17th display it will invoke. When it executes line number 26, it will call line number 17 display. Okay, but you want to access superclass one, at that time only you must use super keyword explicitly to access those. Similarly, not only methods, if you want to access superclass variables also you must use when both are having same name. Okay. Now let me run it. It should show both sub and superclass things. Okay, got it?
Yeah.
Venkat, can you come back to line 17?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, line number 17. Tell me.
So that is the method void display, and we have void call methods also, another method. So what is the line 26 actually doing?
Line number 26. It is trying to call same class display method, that is subclass display method. Actually, we got another display method also through inheritance because my superclass is having another method display. I have now two display methods in class B. One is what I have implemented in class B. Another one is what I have got it from class A through inheritance. Okay, line number 26, just if you write display, what it will do is in the subclass, whatever the display is there, whatever two displays are there, but whatever is implemented by subclass, that will be called by line number 26. Okay.
So what we are doing in line 26 and 27 is just calling another method. Is that what?
Yeah, calling the two display methods are there inside this class. One is same class implemented, another one is which we got from another class. Okay, line number 26 we are trying to call the method which we implemented in the same class. Line number 27, another method which we got from super class we are trying to call.
So I'm trying to understand the block from 24 to 29. So in that, essentially what we are doing is we are calling different methods inside a method itself. Is that what we are doing?
Yeah, correct.
So call methods is a method name. It's a method. And inside that you are calling...
It can be anything. Just what I want to show here is, if you want call methods is a method, it can be anywhere. It can be any other method also. Okay? It need not to be call method. What I want to explain here is, if you want to when both super and sub are having same name, that can be a variable name or a method name. Which one it will access? That is the question.
I got that. The super keyword. Super will access the superclass.
Superclass. When there is a same name, if there is no name conflicts, if same name is not available, only one name, then no problem at all. Always it will access that. First it will check in subclass. Does subclass implemented any of these methods? Let me make it to display one, for example, or some other name. Okay, at that time no problem at all. Okay.
Yeah, I understood that concept. So only thing I was trying to get more clarity is on how different methods are written inside methods. Because until now, what I went through the previous class notes, when we execute a program, inside a method name, we either have a sysout or we have some kind of
Okay, fine. I understood that. Let me see this. Whatever main we are writing, main also a method, right? What are we doing here? We are creating objects and then we are trying to call some of the methods. Similarly, we can write sysouts also, right?
Yeah.
So inside method, statements can be anything. It can be just a local variable declaration or objects creation or calling some. One method can call another method also. Not only main. Till now, whatever we have seen is only main method is trying to call another method like this, right?
Yeah.
Not only main, like main other methods also same behavior we can implement, right? They can also call another methods, okay? But the only difference is main difference is from there only program execution starts. Other than that, there is no difference between other methods and main method, okay?
Okay.
And you can do any operation like creating object. Till now what we are doing, we are trying to write inside main only. You can, if requirement comes tomorrow, you can write objects creation statements here also, okay? Like let me try to create object of A, for example. That is also fine, okay?
Yeah. All right. Okay, thanks.
Okay guys, shall we move to Selenium then? No other doubts? We'll move to Selenium, or else if any questions please ask me. Okay, to start Selenium, just I have created for Selenium programs, I have created another, we can create another project or we can write another package also. Let me create another project, okay, like Java project, name, same Java project, Selenium also, Java classes, right? But those classes are implemented by some other guys, not by the Java people, right? So so it is also a Java project only. That's why while creating project, new project I created Java project only. There is nothing like Selenium and all. Okay, same Java only, but different classes, different methods are given by different guys. Okay, so I am giving my new project name as Selenium project. Okay, now Selenium project. Okay, inside that I got one package. Okay, that is SRC source code folder. Inside that no packages. I am going to create a package. If you don't create package, by default it will create a dependency. I am trying to write a class without creating package. What is it showing? Automatically package default. Okay, see here. I am moving the cursor there. See package default. So it will create a class with the name whatever we will give, and it will try to create a package with the default name, and it will keep this class inside that package. Okay. My first Selenium program. Okay. So to execute my program, always main is required. That's why I'm selecting main method also. Okay, now see default package inside that Selenium. Now let me go to some other points before starting this. Guys, do you have the setup of Selenium, like to execute Selenium programs, right? We need some other jars which are provided by Selenium, guys. Okay, that jar we must keep in the path of this project. Then only all the classes of that Selenium we can access. Last time Anil showed that one, right? Did you guys install that setup in your systems? Like, let me explain that.
Which we downloaded from Selenium headquarters, right?
Yeah, correct. That only we need it. First one is Selenium jar. Okay, from Selenium HQ site. Okay. If anyone doesn't have this in your systems, please let me know. Okay, we'll try to download it and then we'll proceed. Okay, see Selenium jar from Selenium HQ site. So what this jar will give? This jar will give some of the classes. Some classes which contains methods like click. Okay, and some of the methods like click, send keys. Why do we need send keys? To enter data into some text field, there is a method called send keys. Like that, some methods. Okay, all these methods will be part of some of the classes. Those classes will get from Selenium jar. This jar we should include in our project. Okay, then only we can import those classes and then we can access. Another one is corresponding browser related executable file. For example, you are using Chrome browser. Okay, for Chrome browser, first we should have browser and its corresponding executable file, another one to support Selenium. We need another executable file, chrome driver.exe. Okay, similarly for IE, some other file. Okay, for IE, let me give the exact name of it. Okay, that file name is iedriverserver.exe file. Okay, from where we'll get this, we'll see soon. Okay, third one for FF. For FF, supported file name is geckodriver.exe. Okay, see here. First of all, we should go to Selenium HQ under downloads. Okay, this is Selenium HQ site. Inside that I am in downloads. Here you can download Selenium standalone server. This only gives you all the supported classes. Okay, to interact with the browser. Okay, so 3.4.0. Okay, and another one is its corresponding which browser you want to use, that corresponding browser exe files. For Mozilla Firefox, we need Mozilla Gecko driver. Okay, we have to download it from here. Similarly for Chrome driver. Okay, similarly for IE, some other driver. Okay, so all these we have to download it from here. Okay, so first thing is you need a Selenium jar. Second one is browser related exe file. Okay, now let me go through that. Guys, do you have this setup already? Do people have these two in your systems, or you want to download?
Like I have this thing, right, Chrome in my machine, so I have Chrome driver. So is it necessary that I need to download the IE and Firefox as well?
No. All those are not required. Okay, if you want to use those browsers, it's required. One is fine. Okay, I have downloaded all. I will show all how to use it, and you guys also try to use Chrome, because in my execution, okay, always will use Chrome to find the XPath and all to verify it using developer tools. Okay. So everyone is having this Selenium jar and then corresponding browser related exe files, right? Similarly, see here, even I have downloaded it and I have those in my Selenium folder. See here, for IE driver server. Okay. Similarly, for FF, Gecko driver. For Chrome driver. When you download it from site, it will come in the form of, see here I highlighted, it will come in the form of zip file. Once if you extract that IE driver server underscore win32 dot underscore 3.4.0, once if you unzip it, you will get IE driver server executable file. Similarly, Gecko driver, okay, v017.0. Okay, if you download it, it will come in the form of zip file. Once if you extract, you will get gecko driver.exe. Similarly, Chrome also. Okay, Chrome driver zip file, you can download it and extract it, you will get Chrome driver.exe. Okay, now.
Can you show on that website for Gecko Driver, because when I open that page, I can't see from where to download.
Yeah, okay, sure. See here, Mozilla Gecko driver. Okay, here 0.16.1 is there, right? Just click on it. Click on 0.16.1. Then here you can see all the versions. Okay, v017. Okay, like that. Just if you scroll down it little, there you can see all the files, 16, 17, like that all. Okay, so you can download it. If it is Windows 32. Okay, if it is Windows 64, download it Windows 64. Okay, for Gecko driver, for 32-bit one is there, for 64-bit different one is there. In case of Chrome driver and IE driver, both 32 and 64, only one zip file you can see there. Okay, so just click on this, it will download.
And which from that list is for IE? And the browser list?
Pardon? For IE?
Yeah.
How to download from IE? Okay.
For IE,
See.
the list I couldn't
Okay,
find.
for IE, here we did not find it, right? Let me show that. See here. Generally for each class, give me 5 minutes. I will explain that, how to get it. Okay. See, before going to that, please wait for 5 minutes. I will show that how to download it. If it is not showing there, how to get the help for that. Okay. See guys, for every class, see there is a class, there is an interface called WebDriver in Selenium. Okay. There is a interface called WebDriver. This is implemented by some of the classes. Okay, consider this is implemented by so many classes like Chrome driver class. Okay, similarly Firefox driver. Okay, similarly Internet Explorer driver. Like this, so many classes related to each browser, one class is there. Okay, this WebDriver interface is implemented by these guys. Okay, directly or indirectly. Indirectly in the sense this WebDriver is extended by some other interface, okay, or else the, okay, consider that is extended by some other interface, or if it is implemented by some other class, that class Chrome driver is extending. Okay, so that means all the methods, whatever are there inside this as abstract methods, those are implemented by these guys, or else in between some other class. Consider interface WebDriver is implemented by some, one second, some class. This is implemented by, let me write once. See here, WebDriver. Okay, that is implemented by some other guys. Consider here FF, IE, okay, all these browsers. So FF, the class name is this one, okay, FF, sorry, Firefox driver. Another one is Chrome driver. Like this, some of the classes implemented that, okay, methods of that. Or else, what we can say indirectly, see here, this WebDriver is implemented by some other class X. That X is extended by these classes. That means some this guy will implement and he will make X as abstract, and FF can extend X and he can implement remaining methods. Whatever it may be the case, all the methods which are there in WebDriver will be available to FF directly or through some other class. Okay, so WebDriver is an interface. Okay, it comes like superclass for FF or Chrome driver or Internet Explorer. Got it, guys? Okay, any doubt in that? Then who implemented it? Don't worry. Directly these classes implemented or intermediate class someone else might have implemented. That doesn't matter. Okay, consider if even though we have some other class which implements WebDriver, that class we are extending it. That means indirectly we are getting all the methods of WebDriver. Okay. So for WebDriver, all these comes like a sub, right? WebDriver interface is like super. All these are like sub for WebDriver. Okay. Now I'm going to do one thing. See guys, before going to that, let me explain one small one. See, log into Gmail with valid credentials. Consider if you want to automate this, what you have to do, first thing, you need to open a browser. Okay. After that, directly you can enter Gmail URL or else enter google.co.in in URL. Once if you enter, on top side, okay, right corner, you can see Gmail here. Once if you enter this, here you can see Gmail. After that, you have to click on it. Okay. After that, click on Gmail. Okay. After that, enter valid user name. Okay, in the email field. After that, again click on next, enter valid password, and then click on next and wait until page loads and verify does it has compose button or something else, just to make sure whether page loaded or not. Okay, now consider this is a simple test case. For example, you want to automate this. Okay, now first thing is, for any test case, what we have to do? Selenium is for browser automation, browser testing automation, right? Whatever the site or any application you can open in browser, those applications can be automated, okay, using Selenium. So opening browser first we have to do, okay. So how to open browser? Which browser you want to open? First you have to decide. For that browser, there will be a corresponding class. For each browser, we have corresponding class. That class object you must create. Okay? See here, Internet Explorer. I am going to in my class. Okay? Internet Explorer browser I want to use. Okay, just for example, I am showing this. After some time, we'll move it to Chrome. Okay, now Internet Explorer browser I want to open. For each browser, corresponding driver class will be there. That class object, if you create, what happens is it will open the browser. Just it will launch the browser. Okay, now see here, Internet Explorer driver. I am creating the object for that class. Any doubt in this, guys? No doubt, right? Now, is there any class Internet Explorer in my project, Selenium project? No, right? That is why it is showing create a class Internet Explorer driver. There is no class with this name. Like that it is showing the error. Here if you see, it is not showing a hint like import this class, because in this project class path I don't have Selenium jar. Okay, just I downloaded it, but I did not add it to this path. That is the reason it is not showing me the hint of importing that class. Okay, now what I supposed to do? If I want to use this class, to create object also, first that class should exist, right? And I should be able to access that class. Okay? Now, how to access that class? Okay? For that, we have to, all these classes are available inside this Selenium jar. Okay? As I said earlier, two things are required, Selenium jar. Okay? Selenium jar. That Selenium jar I have already downloaded it. It is there in my TP. So I am trying to add that to my project. How to add a jar to your project class path? For that, just right click on project and then click on build path. Okay. Inside build path, you can see configure build path option. Okay. There, libraries option you should click. Now, if you see here, only Java is there. No jar files related to Selenium. Okay, now I need to add that jar file, whatever I have downloaded it from Selenium HQ site to this project. Then how to add it? Okay, this is what, see, what we have to do. First step, let me show once again. Right click on your project. Okay. And click on build path and then configure build path. Okay, then you will get Java build path window. Under that, libraries. Okay, under that, click on add external jars. Click on add external jars. When you click on add external jars, it will allow you to browse data from your desktop or from your system. Okay, so here on desktop I have Selenium. Inside Selenium, I have Selenium server standalone jar. Okay, just I am adding it. See, after adding inheritance to Java, it is showing Selenium server jar also. Okay, that means after doing this, what happened? All the classes of that jar will be recognized by my project. Okay. That means by my program. That is the reason automatically it imported that particular class automatically. If you remove this, okay, it will show hint also. See here. Earlier it was not showing import statement because it did not recognize there is a class exist with this name. Now it is able to recognize because that jar is available in my project class path. Okay, now click on import. Now this is there. Okay, before creating object, we have to do and we have to set a system property related to that browser, and we should provide the path of that second file whatever I have mentioned here, its corresponding executable file. If you are going to use Internet Explorer browser, its related exe is IE driver server.exe. Okay, but when you see Selenium HQ site, there you did not find anything related to HQ. Sorry, IE. Okay, it is showing for Mozilla, it is showing for Chrome driver, for other browsers also. In that scenario, okay, first step is setting that path, setting the path where that executable file is available. That step, if you miss and if you try to create directly object, it will show you the error. Just run it, you will understand. Okay, run as Java application. Okay, Selenium programs also just right click and run as Java program. Okay, now see here, there is a runtime error, exception. What is that? Illegal state exception. Yesterday we discussed about exception. What is this illegal state exception? Don't worry. It is some runtime error, so we got exception. That is something wrong. Okay, what is that? The path of the driver executable file must be set. Okay, we must set a path of the executable file. Okay, how to set it? This is the attribute name. Okay, WebDriver.ie.driver attribute of system class you must set. Okay, then what we have to set for that property, for this attribute, you must set the path of the executable file. Okay, now what is that executable file? Whatever we have downloaded from this site, that path, it will be there in somewhere in your system. That path you need to set. Okay, but in case of IE, we did not find it in Selenium HQ. So if you see this error message, they will show you here last line. The latest version of this executable file can be downloaded from this site. Okay, so if you don't
When the same thing it's still launched without the driver.
Did it launch?
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Generally, it should not launch.
I did not get this error, like it launched. It just said
is it?
it didn't take the URL I gave, but at least it launched the IE.
Okay. 1 second. Which version of SE you have? Sorry, standalone jar you have? Latest one?
3.4.0.
It should not happen, but what is the reason? I am not sure exactly. Okay, let me show this one. Which version of IE you have? IE version. See guys,
Let me check.
from here you can get the latest. Where is it available? That path it will show. Okay. Someone asked me some time back, IE path is not showing in HQ, from where I supposed to download. Okay. From that error message you can get the site and then you can click on this and just download it. Okay. Here. See here. For Windows only one is there, Windows 32. For both 64-bit Windows, 32-bit Windows, only one. Okay, download it and then extract it. Okay, after that, see here, you will get that path, right? So here I am trying to set this attribute. Even if you don't know which attribute you want to set using system.set property, that will be given in this error message. Okay, see here. Only this is the one we have to remember. After that, every time same. All are like, see system.set property unit is set, which property webdriver.ie, if it is Chrome instead of IE, if it is Firefox Gecko driver, like that. Okay. And second one is the path. This path you are setting to this. Okay. So in my system, in this path I have that. Now let me run this once again. Okay. See, in the same error message, from where you can download, it will show that, in addition to that, which attribute you want to set, it will show. I highlighted the console output, please check once, webdriver.ie.driver, okay? It will show which attribute you want to set, it will show that one also. Okay, let me run it. Okay, just if you run it, it should launch this time. Okay. See guys, here by now it launched. Okay. Now see here by seeing this red color, don't think it's a error. Okay, it is just some warning kind of thing. Okay, it is not an error. In case of Firefox and Chrome also we will get these errors. Okay. Generally we use always Chrome browser. Okay. We will get like only local corrections allowed on some XYZ. Don't worry about this. Okay. So if you want, just you write some site also. See here, I launched this browser successfully. Any doubt in this? Similarly, if you want to launch, I have other two also. Let me show it to you once. See, it launched the browser. Okay. Then if I want to use Chrome browser related exe file I must download. Okay. Chrome driver object I want to create. It is showing import Chrome driver class. I imported it and then I am trying to launch it. Someone mentioned sometime back, without setting this attribute, they are able to launch the IE browser. Can you please tell me which version of IE you have? Is it older version?
11.
Generally it should not allow, but I am not sure why is it allowing without mentioning that. Okay. If you are using, see, early it launched Chrome also. Let me show this and I will come to that point. And similarly we can launch Firefox also. Okay. The difference is only the exe related to that browser and the property what you are setting. Okay. And object creation for that corresponding class. See, in case of IE Chrome also you got some warning messages. Okay.
So among these standard lines of import and object creation and all, what is actually going in telling the program to go and open this driver? Where is it mentioned?
Okay, 1 second. Actually, let me go through that. It launched Chrome browser also. Okay, sorry. That is FF. Okay, Firefox. See. Here we don't get the source code of that. Inside that constructor, whenever you create object, constructor will be executed, right? Inside that only they might have mentioned it, how to launch and all. Whenever you create object, by default constructor will get executed, right? Inside that they might have mentioned like how to launch actual code, they might have mentioned it. Okay, that is what my understanding. Okay.
Thank you.
So this one you need not to focus more on how it's launching here, just which one we want to launch. How to launch? Okay. Whenever you create object, automatically it will launch it. How it is launching internally? So they might have implemented some of the code, or they might be calling some other methods internally from other classes. It might be having lot of code. But to check that one exactly what is happening, see, without this object creation, okay? Without that object creation, if you run, it won't do anything. It won't launch. That means who is actually launching? This object creation, right? What is object creation? Executing new and then allocating memory for this class members and then executing the constructor. That means this constructor might be having some of the code actually responsible for launching our browser. Okay?
Okay, thanks.
To check that one, we don't have access to see the source code. Okay? All class files we got through jar. That's why we are able to access those classes. We are able to create objects for those classes. Okay, now let me comment this. Guys, if you see here, when they started Selenium, in the beginning, for Chrome driver, this for Firefox browser, this setting property is not required earlier. They added that also in the latest jars, like they are expecting. This exe is required for using Firefox driver. Okay, that's why we are writing. Earlier, this one is not mandatory. Which one? That first statement of line number 16, property setting of that executable file. There is no executable file related to Firefox in the beginning, just Firefox driver equal to new Firefox. Just if you create object of that class, automatically it was launching at that time. But in latest drivers, they are asking us to set this property also. Okay. Similarly, for other browsers also, there might be this kind of thing. That is what I suspected in the case of IE, someone able to launch IE browser without setting that. But the browsers what we are using and the Selenium jar what we are using is same, right? I am also using 3.4, you are also using 3.4, and you are using IE11, even I am also using IE11. So it is asking us to set the property, but for you it is not asking to set that system property. Then what is the reason? I am not understanding exactly why is it allowing there. Okay, maybe like that something might be there, like how Firefox earlier doesn't require this set property, like that. For that browser, maybe separate version or something else might be there. That is the reason it is allowing there. Okay? Okay, guys? From now, I will try to use Chrome browser. Okay? So let me run it. So last class, that means last Saturday, when I started launching Chrome browser, we faced some problem. It is not launching the browser and it was showing instead of showing executable file missing, it was showing binary, Chrome binary was missing. Like that we were getting one error. Do you guys remember last class, last Saturday? I tried to execute launching the browser. At that time, the problem in that system is this part of Chrome executable is proper. It is there. But actually Chrome browser is not there in that. Later I checked what is the reason for that. Okay, there is no Chrome browser in that system. That is the reason that day we got that error. Those statements, these two statements are proper on that day. it failed to launch the browser because there is no browser available in that system. Okay, guys, is it clear? Now, you understood how to launch the browser. Once if you launch the browser, let me go through this. You open the browser. After that, what you supposed to do? You have to enter an URL in the address bar. How to enter URL in the address bar? Okay, only 2, 3, max 5, 6 methods are there. Throughout our testing, we use only those methods. There are not much methods like Java in Selenium. Okay, Java have thousands of methods, thousands of classes. Each class have so many methods. Okay, but in case of Selenium, we have limited methods. Why? I will explain soon. Okay, actually in any testing, what we will do generally, we will open some site, or else after that we do either click or sending some data to some of the fields like text field or text area boxes, and then click on submit or click on some of the checkboxes. All these are click, and then it will show some of the data. Just read that data. Okay, and then compare with some expected results, what you are expecting. Then you make the test either pass or fail, depends upon the result. So here standard APIs, the standard methods which we use always are very limited, like click, like sending data or reading data from some fields, and then that's it, right? And some more methods are there, we'll understand one by one. So that is the reason very few are there inside this. Okay, now not like Java, we don't have so many methods, right? So one by one we'll see what is this click, send, case, all this. Okay, now so here we will be having very less method. So don't think, hey, why should we remember how to remember this method for opening URL. Okay, for now I will tell there is a method get. There is a method get is available to launch the URL in your browser. Once if you open browser, if you want to if you want to launch some URL in that browser, you must use a method called get that is available inside WebDriver. Okay, because WebDriver is like a super for all these. So all the classes of either Chrome class or Internet Explorer driver class or Firefox driver class, all classes got that method. Okay, so don't worry how to remember these methods. By end of this Selenium, you guys will count how many methods are there inside this. That means frequently used and very useful methods. It might be having so many, but we don't use all. Okay, so frequently used methods are some. Okay, that we will see. Okay, how to launch. For launching, we have a method called get. To launch some URL, we have a method called get. What it will do? See here, get method. Just keep cursor on it. Okay, let me do that. See here, when you keep cursor on get, what it will show? Get method. Okay, get method is available in remote WebDriver. That means, as I showed earlier, your intermediate one is WebDriver, remote WebDriver. That remote WebDriver implements WebDriver that is extended by our Chrome driver. Okay, or Firefox driver. Okay, now see here, get method. I got it.
Line number 18 is object creation, right?
Yes, correct. Line number 18 is object creation.
So that object name driver has that to remain as driver, or we can name it as anything?
No, you can put any name like Venkat. Okay, you can write any name. It is just a variable name, right? Reference variable name. But generally, if you Google it and all people will use always driver. It can be any name because see here, this is a class name and it is a reference variable name. Reference variable name can be anything. Okay. Now, here get method, what it will do? It will take a string argument. whatever the URL you want to launch or load in your browser, that URL you pass as a string argument to this get method. Okay, guys. Now let me launch Google site. Okay, see Google URL. Let me copy paste. I have to pass my URL. Here I am trying to launch google.co.in. Okay, that one I am trying to pass as a string argument to get method. What it will do? It will try to launch that URL. First, line number 18, it will try to launch the browser, and then once it launches the browser, it will try to enter this URL and it will load that URL. Okay. Now let me run it. See here, whenever it launches, by default URL contains data or something. Let me show you once again. Okay, it won't load this one immediately. By default, whenever it launches, it will show URL like data. After executing that get method, when that line executes, it will try to enter that URL and it will load that URL. See, initially it was showing data. Okay, whenever browser opens, it will show data. Okay, in your program execution, anytime you have code like this and it stuck like launch the browser and showing data means that means it did not enter into get method statement. That means it did not enter into the statement of loading the required URL. Okay, guys, any doubt in these two? Now, last Saturday when I execute, some people mentioned it did not load because we did not add this statement of get. So now, is it clear? Get is not for launching the browser, it is to load the required URL in that browser. Okay, so just line number 18 is enough to launch the browser. Okay, now, and one more thing, some guy mentioned on the day, like the statement what you have might be wrong, because when we saw or when we implemented, okay, when Anil explained, he used WebDriver equal to driver or Venkat. This can be any name, right? Let me write driver only, so that by default every time we are using driver like that. Okay, like this. Somebody mentioned left side it should have WebDriver. This is also fine, because as I said earlier, superclass reference variable. In case of interfaces also, that interface acts like a super only, right? The class which implements or which extends those will comes like a sub. So here WebDriver driver is a reference variable of type WebDriver. So superclass reference variable can point to subclass object. This is also absolutely fine. If you see this, okay, in many sites and all, whenever you try to refer some of the code, always they will use WebDriver driver equal to new Firefox driver or new Chrome driver or new IE driver. This is also absolutely fine. No issue in this. Soon, tomorrow or in next class, okay, we'll try to understand what is the benefit of writing this WebDriver equal. Why can't we write just Chrome driver here? You can write absolutely fine. Sorry. You can write Chrome driver only instead of WebDriver. That is also fine. No difference. Okay. Then what is the benefit you will get if you write WebDriver here? Okay. Got it, guys? So this also fine. Okay. Let me change the variable name or reference variable name to driver.
And then I was trying to run this for Chrome browser. So
Yeah.
what I observed is it does not bring the new Chrome browser to the front of the screen. It just opens it in the taskbar and it just sits there. It doesn't come to the front of the screen.
Okay, can you share the screen once?
Yeah, 1 second. Yes, now?
Yeah, let me. Yeah. This is Chrome or Firefox? Chrome. Okay, Chrome driver. Yes, it's absolutely fine. Just can you launch once?
Yeah.
What is the issue? I will see. That means it is not focusing. You want to say that?
Yeah. See, it only came and sat here. It's not actually launching it. But if I click this,
Can you please share the screen once again?
oh, is it not visible?
No, somehow it got disconnected.
So I'll just close this from here.
But it is opening, but it is not coming into front side like focusing.
Yes. So it is the
That
same
might be
program,
a
right? Missing anything here, right? Oh, did I lose it again?
yeah, again it got disconnected.
Oh, okay. Maybe when I'm closing the Chrome, then the sharing is also gone.
Okay, that might be in your system. Maybe for Chrome browser might be having some of the settings like new window or new browser. Whenever you open new window, it should not be focused or should not come into front like that. Some of the settings it might be having. That is the reason we are seeing that. But it is launching and it is loading the URL as well, right?
Yeah, that is happening.
Yeah, that is fine, no problem. Okay, that might be a general setting issue of that Chrome browser. Okay.
So how can you fix that? The program is same, right? It is the same program which you have.
Program is same. What I want to say, it's not related to this Selenium. Just we'll check once after this. By default, whenever new window opens, don't keep focus on that. Like that, some of the settings of that browser might be enabled.
Okay.
In your system. Got it?
Okay.
Rahul, I can see there are other instances of Chrome browser.
Yeah, this one on top. This one on top. It's my Skype login. I have Chrome open already.
Maybe you can close. You are not using the Skype app. It is through web you are using.
Yeah, I'm using it through web.
Okay. Maybe I'm not sure. Maybe after
a lot of issues. I was not even able to use the app properly. That is why initial classes there were so many problems.
Okay.
I'm using the same thing. Not
the app.
Yeah.
Not sure.
We can bring it to office or
Yeah, sure. Okay, yeah, I'm okay. We can continue.
It is launching, but it is not getting the focus, right? That means some of the general settings issue not related to this code. Okay, that just Google it once, how to get the opened window in focus like that. Maybe somewhere it might have enabled or disabled some of the settings. Okay. Guys, are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
See here. So using WebDriver also fine, right? But you are creating object for Chrome driver only, right? So this is also allowed as per the point what we have discussed earlier. Superclass reference variable point to subclass object. Okay. Now, what is the method we use to load the URL? Get method. Okay. To launch the browser, just create object of it. Okay. Now, once if you launch, then let me go through this. So you open the browser successfully. After that, you are able to enter the URL and you are able to load that URL. Okay. And then after that, you want to click on Gmail. Okay. See here. Let me close this. If you want to click on this. Okay. So here we should tell. See, whenever you say click on that, you should mention where to click, right? See here, inside this Gmail, consider I opened Google page. Here it is having so many elements. Guys, see here, all these elements, we call it as, say, Gmail, images, some other things, Google Apps, another one sign in option. Okay, here Google, and then some text or some search field. Okay, and then Google search, I am feeling angry, and google.co.in, like that, so many other. All these we call it as web elements. What we call it as? Web element. So a web page contains web element. Now you should tell on which web element you have to click, right? If you are doing manually, I will say like click on an web element whose name is Gmail. So then we will go and click on this. But in case of programming, how Selenium WebDriver will understand how to click on Gmail. For that, to identify this web element, we should tell something like find particular web element. How to tell to Selenium WebDriver how to find the element. There are a number of ways. To find an element. Okay, those we will see one by one. One is based on name. What is name and all? We'll see soon. Okay, based on tag, based on CSS, based on XPath, XYZ, so many ways are there. Then how to use those and what is it exactly, we'll see soon. Okay. See guys, here, any web page, if you see the back-end code, it is like this, some HTML code. Okay, it is having some code. In addition to HTML, it will be having some other things also internally. Okay, Ajax, XYZ, don't worry what is there inside. But whenever you open this page, okay, click on any web element or anywhere in that web page, just see view page source. Okay, when you click on view page source, you can see a lot of things inside that. Okay, so this is the code of that page. Okay, that is HTML. See here, starting from HTML. Okay, then what is this code and all? Don't worry. Okay, it is not required for us. For example, in that big code, something is responsible for displaying Gmail. Something is responsible for displaying images. Something is responsible for displaying this Google Apps. Okay, in that view source code, whatever you are seeing, in that some portion of code is responsible for showing something on this Gmail. Something is responsible for showing this images web element like this. Now, if you want to click on Gmail, first you should find out which portion of the page source is responsible for showing this Gmail web element. Okay, if you want to click on this element in your programming, first you should identify which portion of source code is actually responsible for displaying this web element on the UI. How to know that? Just right click on this web element and then click on inspect. Then it will show the source code which is actually responsible for displaying the web element of Gmail on web page. See here, lot of code is there. Don't worry what is it exactly. Okay. There is, after when you click on right click and click on inspect, my intention is I want to know which portion of code, which stanza is responsible for displaying Gmail. Okay, that one I want to know. I am interested only on that. Okay, whenever I do right click and inspect, it will highlight something on blue color. Okay, here see A. It is showing something. What is A? We'll see soon. Okay, these two lines are responsible for displaying Gmail element. Okay, Gmail web element on the GUI. Okay, now if you are now using programming or using some other technique, we should able to find this element. Okay, once if you are able to find this element on web element only, we will do generally operations. Okay, what are those? We'll see soon. See here, this is web element, Gmail. This is images. What we can do on this web element, you can click on it, right? On this web element, what you can do, you can click on it. Consider another web element. This search field is there. This is also one web element. What we can do, we can enter some data on it. Okay, this is also another web element. What you can do, you can click on it. Okay, like that. So on web element only we can do any operations. What operations we can do on web element? Okay. See here. 1 second. We can perform operations on web element. First step is, first we need to find that web element. Okay, which is actually responsible for that. So your interest is finding Gmail web element. How to find, we'll see later. Okay, once you are able to find, you can perform operations like click, send keys, XYZ, entering data into field, clicking and reading data from that web element. Those operations you can do. Okay, guys, is it clear? Now, all the source code looks like this. Some tags. Okay, some tags. Now, if you see back end, okay, it looks like this. Right click, inspect. If you do this, it will show all these so many things. What is it? We'll see here. Anil, I think he might have covered all these things. Just I'm going to explain it again under 5-10 minutes, and then we'll move into actual programming. Okay? It is just like refreshing those things. Okay, see, this is how backend code looks like. Okay, this is HTML. Okay, what is this? We call it as tags. If anything available inside this braces, angular braces. Okay, less than and greater than. Inside this angular braces, whatever is there, that we call it as tag. HTML is one tag. Okay. This one also is there inside angular braces. This is also called HTML tag, but it is having one line called slash. Then what is the difference between this? This first one is, see guys, are you able to see the screen? I am highlighting it, okay, in blue color. The HTML, whatever I highlighted now, it is called as HTML open tag. HTML open tag or start tag. The last one, whatever we have, is called HTML close tag. Close tag will be having slash also. How to say it is a tag? It is there in between the angular braces. So these two are tags only. Okay, and if it is having slash before that, that we call it as close tag. Okay, if it doesn't have, that is called start tag. Okay, so in space source, all are like tags or elements. Okay, some people may call element also. Okay, these tags only actually responsible for displaying web elements on the GUI. Okay, see, These are the tags. Similarly, I have a tag called A. See here, A. A tag, start tag, A tag, end tag. A tag, start tag, A tag, end tag. Let me write it here, one more tag, A. Okay, A tag, start tag, and end tag. So, A start tag, A end tag. Okay, whatever the value between start and end, now it doesn't have anything, so I am writing hello, click me, or click here. This we call it as text of the tag. What we call it as text or value, text. Okay, what we call it as text. A tag, A start tag, and then A end tag. The value or the text which is present in between start tag and end tag, in between start tag and end tag, is called as text of that tag. What is the text of A tag? Hello, click me here. Right? Now, in addition to that, in start tag, we can have something called attributes. Okay, we can have something called attribute. See, in second A tag, okay, this is start tag of A start tag. It is having some of the attributes ID and ID value, some name attribute and its value, some color attributes and its value. Like this, all tags are having some attributes also. Okay, depends upon the requirement. Okay, if you want to design very nicely, you will use more attributes to get more effective. Okay, more effects. Okay, see here, start tag, end tag. In between, Gmail is there. So what is Gmail? It is a text of the tag. Okay, what is ID? It is an attribute of the tag. A tag having an attribute ID, A tag having an attribute name, A tag is having an attribute color. Like this, a tag can have text as well as attributes also. Okay, now consider when you right click on this element, okay, for example, Gmail, you right click on it. This is A tag. See here, now A tag. Okay, what is the text of it? Gmail. Then it has some attributes also. Okay, what are the attributes? Class, data PID, HREF, data VED. Each attribute having some value also. Okay, like this, the page source containing so many tags. Each tag is having some value. Okay, or some attributes and attribute values. Okay, now same element, consider this is the element responsible for displaying Gmail in the GUI, right? This is the element. Now I want to identify this element through program. I want to identify this element through program and I should try to click on it. Okay, I should able to identify this element and then I want to click on that. Then how to do that? Okay, before going to program, first we'll see manually how to do. How can I, for example, same this one only I want to identify. Consider this A tag only responsible for showing something on the GUI. I want to click on this A tag. Okay, how to identify this element? See here, if you are doing manually, how can I tell? See here, I can say like, hey guys, find A tag, like that. Based on tag name, I can say simply, find A tag. How many A tags are there? Consider this A tag is not there. Simple source code. So directly you can come and say, this is the A tag what you are requesting. Right? You can tell that one. You can show me that. Similarly, if I have more A tags at the time, if I ask, hey guys, show me the A tag, then you will say, hey, there are so many A tags, which one you want, right? So when you are using tag name, if only one tag with that name, only one tag exists in the page source, then no problem at all. Easily we can use that tag name. If there are so many tags with the same name in that web page source, okay, then when you use tag name, then it's a problem, right? So manually, if you say find a tag, simply you can go and show and highlight that. When I say when you have more A tags, hey, show me A tag, you will get confusion or it's like a ambiguity. Which A tag I want to show because so many are there. So based on tag name also you can use, or based on tag name also you can find the web elements. Okay, but the thing is you should have only one time that tag name. But this site is not designed by us. Some other developers designed it. In that site, how many A tags are there, we don't know. So if it is guaranteed like one tag is there with A, you can use this tag name. Okay, for this there is a method called find element by tag name. Okay, in driver class, see here, in driver class, driver dot find element. Okay, find element. Okay, find element. What it will do, it will find the element by based on what, based on tag name. Like this, there is a method. Okay, there is a method. Find element is there inside this driver, because this driver is a object of which class? Chrome driver, or else web driver reference variable. There find element one method is there. Okay, so find element, what it will do, it will find the elements based on tag name. Okay, by dot tag name we should use. Okay, tag name if you give a, it will return this element. Which element? It will return this A tag. Okay, it will return this A tag in the form of web element. See here, find element, what it will do? It will find element and it will return an web element. Okay, web element object it will return. So web element. Okay, WE. It will return, it will find that tag or web element and it will return its object. Okay, guys, any doubt in this? So like this, based on tag name you can identify the web element. In this case my web element name is, what is the web element tag name? A, right? So based on tag name, I can find that element like this. Find element by tag name, and what is the name of that tag? A tag. Okay, its name is A tag. So when you should use tag name, if you are confident or if you are sure only one web element, only web element exists with that tag name. If there are multiple A tags inside your source code, you cannot use it, because when you try to use it, Selenium WebDriver, the method which is this find element method, which actually finds that A tag web element. Okay, it will get confusion. It will be in confusion when more A tags are available in the page source. So always you should make sure, hey, give me that or tell me this. There should be a clarity. So if I say there are 10 pens, if I ask someone, hey, give me a pen, there are 10. If it is only one pen, when I ask give me a pen, he will give it to me. If there are 10 types of pens, he will ask, hey, which kind of pen you want? Right? So that kind of clarity we should maintain, right? Similarly, while finding element also, you should tell clearly. Okay. So tag name, based on tag name, you can identify. That is absolutely fine. No doubt in that. But is it suggested? Is it correct method to use it always? No. Why? Reason is there might be a number of tags with the same name in the same page source. Okay, but this is absolutely fine. Based on this, how to find element. Okay, in next class I will only design one small web page which contains only one a like that. Okay, then at the time I will show you by using tag name how to find element, because at that time there won't be any ambiguity, because I will make sure in my web page there will be only one tag with name A. Okay, guys, any doubt in this?
Venkat, the right side of it, I see that you have, we have actually identified the element by tag name, which is A. I got that. And
Yeah.
then what is the other portion you built to the left of that? Is that
Yeah,
okay?
actually, see here, any method, here find method I am doing, find web element, right? What it will do, it will find the element. Once if it find, it will return that web element. This find element method is returning some value. What it is returning, whatever it finds, that value it is returning. Okay, so some method is returning some value. What we have to do, we have to assign it to appropriate variable. Find element will return web element type variable. Sorry, web element type data. Web element type object it will return. So left side, what I have to do, this method is returning some value. What I have to do, I should assign it to some variable of same type. Got it?
No, like, why are we doing that? Like, after that, what is the next step? If you assign it to another variable?
Yeah, that I will explain. So, okay. So once if you find web element, so in functions, if some this is like a function only, right? Find element is like a function. It will return some value. That value I am assigning to this. Okay. Then what we will do, we'll see soon. Okay. If you don't assign it also, okay. Consider you have a add method. Whenever you call add method, if it is returning some value, okay, you assign it to some variable, or else you can ignore it also without assigning it. Similarly, when it returns some web element, okay, you assign it to some variable, it is returning web element type data. So you assign it to some web element type variable, okay, and use it. Or else directly I will come to that point soon, okay. I will cover it in 5-10 minutes. That point, okay. Why do we need to assign it? See, once if you assign it to some variable, web element, that I can do click or something. On web element only we can perform operations like click or send keys or something. See here, if it is a, this web element can be a button, or this, see here, if you see here, this is also web element, this is also web element, this search field where we enter data, this is also web element. So on web element you can perform either click operation or send input keys, some data you will enter or some data you will read from that, right? So you can perform different type of operations on the web element. All these are web elements, okay. See here, web element, click. What you can do, actual operations, whatever we want to do, click and all will perform on web element only. Okay, this guy is returning web element. Is it really required to store in another variable and then click? If you don't want, whenever he return that web element, directly you can perform click operation. Okay, no need to assign it to another variable and then after that click. Got it?
Yeah.
This find element guy, what he will do, he will find the element which matches with the tag name, matches with A. He will try to return that web element. And that you can perform actual operations like click, entering data XYZ. Okay, directly you can perform that operation or else assign it to a variable and then use it. Okay. It is like I am calling add method. by passing two parameters. What it will do? It will return the addition of the two numbers. Directly I can print it, or else I can assign it to a variable and then print that variable. Okay? Got it?
Okay. Clear.
Now, guys, see, I'm trying to, now, this is one. There are a number of ways to find the element. One is based on tag name like this. But is it really preferred method? Is it? No. Reason is you may get more also. Okay? Then that example I will show in next class. Okay? How to click that. Before that, we'll see some other methods. Like this, to find the same web element, there are a number of ways. One is based on tag name. Okay? Anil might have covered these things. Let me go through other ones. First one, based on tag name, right? Second one, based on ID value, ID attribute value. Third one, based on class name attribute value. Okay. Fourth one, based on name. Okay. Name attribute value. Okay. Fifth one is based on link value or link text value. Okay. There are a number of ways to find the same element. Let me explain one by one. Okay. After that, another one is based on partial link test. Link text value. Seventh one is using CSS. Eighth one is using XPath. Okay. Like this, we have so many ways. Okay. Based on this, we can identify. Okay. Let me comment this. See here, guys. This one for one. Okay. For example, based on tag name. Okay. For that is the example one. Now, see, same one. Let me write it in the program itself. The same code. See here, this is the HTML file, right? Are you guys able to see, or shall I increase the font size? It's fine, right?
It's fine.
It's fine.
Okay. See here, based on tag name. Another way, how can I tell? Hey, give me a tag or give me a web element. Tag means this full one, okay? Or web element, okay? So give me a web element whose ID is 1. Okay, whose ID is 1. Based on ID value, I am going to find the element. Based on ID element. Okay, then how to write that one? Driver dot find element. Okay, by, see here, ID. Okay, there is a method called ID. ID 1. If I give like that, then it should return the web element. Then we can directly do operation like what it will do, it will return this element, right? It will return this element. Once if it returns this web element, happily I can do click, right? Or any operation like entering data and all, anything I can do. Here, the critical part of this Selenium is just finding the element. To finding element, there are a number of ways. I am going to explain one by one. Okay, once if you are able to find the element, that performing operation is just dot click only. It is very simple. Okay. Now, actually here, simple one is name, ID and all very simple. Generally we use XPath and CSS. Okay. Then why can't we use these other six? Other six are there, right? Why can't we use those? Just now I mentioned I cannot guarantee that there will be only one tag with A, right? Like that, whatever the required tag, I want to find out. Okay, because for my element, by using this one instead, I realized that A tag is responsible. But how many A tags are there inside this? I don't know. There might be 100 or N or 1. If it is 1, okay, I can use. If there are N, then it's a problem. Whenever you are writing code, you have to make sure there will be only one element it should find with the procedure what you are following. Suppose if you are following tag name, you use tag name, no problem. But you have to make sure it should return, find element should return only one element with that. Okay? Similarly with ID. Consider here ID 1 means it will return. Can I guarantee like there will be only one element having ID equal to 1? No guarantee. But if it is having 1, that is good, very good, nice. If it is not there, that means consider another tag TD is there. What is TD? Don't worry. Okay. What is the meaning of each one? No need to learn. What we have to focus and what we have to focus is how to identify these elements. Okay. See here. Consider TD tag, one tag is there. Inside TD, some value like XYZ is there. This is text of the TD. And in start tag, there is a ID called attribute called ID. Attribute whose name is ID and it is having 1. In that scenario, what happens? It will return 2. It will return 2. And consider only 1 is only it is having. And sometimes what happens is this ID value will be 1, 2, 3, 0, 2, 3, 4 like this it will generate. So this ID values will be generated randomly or dynamically at the time of runtime. Whenever you open the session, okay, whenever you launch that page, at that time dynamically it will generate ID value. Same page if I open now, okay, consider this Gmail. If I right click and see now, it will show consider here ID 23 is there. Next time if I try to open and see another place, it will show 25. That means it is a dynamically generated number. If I use that ID, will it guarantee next time same ID will get for that tag? Okay, if I want to identify this A element, okay, A element based on attribute, ID attribute, there is no guarantee next time this A tag will get ID 23 only. Okay, that is the reason, though there is a method exists to find element based on ID, we are not going to use every time. Sometimes in some web elements it is always fixed. Okay, in that scenario you can use it, but best approach is which is if it is not unique or sorry if it is not static and if it is not constant always, okay, don't use it. Okay, then how to find it is a constant or it will change? It will show some this number like this random number like that. Just if you open second time, you will only understand it will change. Okay, that we will see later. Okay, after some time. So based on ID also you can find the elements. Okay guys, once if you find element, you can do click operation. Any doubt in this? No, right? Another one, third one, based on class name also you can see there is an attribute called class. There is an attribute called class. Class equal to ABC. Similarly, if this guy also has same class equal to ABC, we cannot use it. If it is only one, if it is class name is always unique, then we can use it. Okay. Similarly, class name contains some random string which generates automatically. At the time, we should not use it. Okay. So there is a method driver dot find element by class name. Okay. That class name we should pass. Okay. ABC. Then it will return that web element. You can perform the operations what you want to do. Okay, like this you can do all, and you can find another method based on name, attribute name. Okay, like this different. We'll see remaining in next class. Directly I am going to use XPath for just to perform 1 or 2 clicks for today's. Okay, remaining these 4 we'll see in next class and we'll continue. Okay, and next class, just now I mentioned, hey, we can use tag name, but I cannot use right now because it will return more. That's what I mentioned. But is it really work if it has only one A element? That we will see in next class. I will only write one simple HTML program. In that I will make sure only one A tag is there. We will try to use by tag name. Okay, and then we'll try to perform click operation on that in next class. Okay, for now I am going to use XPath to find element. Okay, and directly I am going to perform some of the operations on that. Driver dot find element, okay, by XPath. Okay, there is a method called XPath by, okay, XPath. Okay, then you guys know how to find the XPath, right? Any doubt in that? So XPath expression you should send in the form of string. Now, how to find the XPath of this Gmail element? Just right click on it and click on inspect. Okay, here in XPath you can find this element in 2 ways. One is based on attributes, another one is based on text of that tag. Okay, what is text? The data which is present in between start tag and end tag is called text. Based on text you can find element, or else you can find element based on attribute also. Now let me try once. I am trying to find based on text. Okay, once if, okay, $x in $x is the method to validate the XPath whatever you find is correct and how many elements it will return with that XPath. That will be given by $x method. Okay, // that means in the whole web page I am trying to find a tag whose text is, okay, Gmail. Okay, when I enter it is returning data, so my XPath is proper. How many elements it is returning? Only one A element. That means if I use this XPath I can find my web element uniquely. That means without any ambiguity it will return only 1. If it is returning 1, then I can use that XPath. Okay, now this driver dot web element, what it will do? It will return the web element. Which web element? The web element which is actually responsible for displaying this Gmail. Right? Got it, guys? Now, web element we found it. Okay, once if you found the web element and web element only, you can do either click operation or send keys or any operations. Okay, just click operation I am trying to perform. Or else what you can do, assign this to another variable of web element and then do click. What I can do instead of this, okay, directly you can click or else assign to web element WE, okay, and you will click on the WE element. That is one line directly I am clicking it in previous statement. Here I am assigning to a variable and then using it. Let me run it once. Guys, 10 more minutes. I will try to finish. Maybe it's already 5 minutes more. See, it find the element and it clicked on it. Got it, guys? Any doubt in this? Hello?
No, it's good.
It's clear, right?
Yeah.
What about others? Everyone is understandable, right? For everyone it's clear, right? Yeah. So in next class, what I will do is I will come up with my own example and I will try to use these methods also, these first 6. Okay, for that there is nothing like some syntax to find the CSS expression, how we use some syntax or XPath expression we use syntax, like that nothing is there. Just use the class name and then it will return. Okay, that's why in real time, generally we try to use CSS and XPath. Of course, we use tag name and all ID in some places, but if it is 100% every time we'll get the same one means we'll use that. Otherwise, we don't use it. Okay. Now that is the reason here I used XPath. Similarly, can you guys tell me the XPath of this images path? Images path. Let me right click, see. Tell me here. How to find the XPath of this web element? There are 2 ways. One is based on text, right? That means a tag whose text is images. Another one is based on attribute. A tag whose class value is GB underscore P, or else find a tag whose data PID is 2, or else find a tag whose href value is this much big, www.google.co.in/xyz. Okay, so you can identify the same elements in a number of ways, but whenever you are trying to identify, okay, that should give the unique one. Maybe in another place also there will be a tag which is having PID2. When you try to use give me a tag whose PID2, if there is another element with PID2, at that time Selenium web element find element will be in confusion because it will find 2 elements. Which one to give it to you, it will be in confusion. Okay, so always we have to make sure your XPath will return or your CSS will return or your find element by tag name will return only one element. Okay, now let me find. Here also I am trying to find based on text only. Okay, see here, find a tag whose text is images. Okay, so it is returning one element, so no problem, I can use it. Okay, let me try to replace this statement with this. Okay, Let me run it once. See, it clicked on images. Okay. Now here, earlier it was Google and something else in below. This time Google images one we got. Okay. That means click is successful. It find the element successfully. Now, by mistake, you gave something wrong. Like, let me open here. So this one will go back, and for to find the same images or to find the same one, consider you are using something which is not proper, like data PID 2 you are giving. Okay, data PID. Let me find a tag whose data PID is 2. Data hyphen PID value equal to 2. How to find element based on attribute in XPath? $x. Okay, $x is a method to check or to validate what it will return with my XPath. Okay, so a tag at the rate and attribute name equal to in single quote. Okay, 2. So it will return 1. Let me try to use this. Every time will it return 2 or not? No guarantee. Just based on that, this time I am trying to use it. Will it work or not? We'll see once. Okay. Launch the browser and then it is trying to enter URL, enter the URL, and then it found the element. So in this case, what is happening is that ID, whatever it is giving is static and it is fixed every time. Okay, that is the reason it's working. Consider if it is a dynamic one. Sometime back it showed 22. I used 22 and then I wrote. When I try to run it next time, what happens? It will try to find an element, a element with data PID attribute having 22, but it won't find. At the time what happens is, see here, if you see here, you can see an error, no such element. Okay, in runtime, it will try to find an element. What element? A element. That means a tag, whose attribute name is data PID and it should have value 22. With this condition, it will try to find a web element in the page source. When it did not find with this condition, what it will do? It will return or it will fail or it will throw a runtime error. What we call runtime error? We call runtime errors as exception. That means it will throw a exception. Okay, what exception it will return? It will return no such element. Okay, no such element exception it will throw. When it will throw no such element, if it is unable to locate the element with the XPath or with the CSS what you have provided. Okay, it is telling boss, you mentioned a XPath expression as this and I did not find the element and I am unable to locate the element with that XPath expression. That is the reason I am throwing no such element exception. Okay, got it? Guys, any doubt in this? Whenever exception comes, what happens? Automatically program execution will abort. Okay, it will terminate the program execution